sheriff's office was actually patrolling the area, there'd be no more co-eds in the future, and that was something he didn't want to contemplate. Let's go talk to your friends. He followed her back toward the beach, watching as she tried, unsuccessfully, to cover her backside, enjoying the little show. By the time they stepped from the trees into the clearing by the river, her friends had pulled on their shirts. The brunette jogged and jiggled toward the others and quickly reached for a towel, knocking over a couple of cans of beer in the process. Clayton motioned to a nearby tree. "Didn't y'all see the sign?" On cue, their eyes swung that way. People were sheep, waiting for the next order, he thought. The sign, small and partially hidden by the low-slung branches of an ancient live oak, had been posted by order of Judge Kendrick Clayton, who also happened to be his uncle. The idea for the signs had been Keith's. He knew that the public prohibition would only enhance the attraction of the place. "We didn't see it," the brunette cried, swiveling back to him. "We didn't know. We just heard about this place a couple of days ago." She continued to protest while struggling with the towel. The others were too terrified to do much of anything except try to wiggle back into their bikini bottoms. "It's the first time we've ever been here." It came out like a whine, making her sound like a spoiled sorority sister, which all of them probably were. They had that look. "Did you know that public nudity is a misdemeanor in this county?" He saw their young faces grow even more pale, knowing they were imagining this little transgression on their record. Fun to watch, but he reminded himself not to let it go too far. "What's your name?" "Amy," the brunette swallowed. "Amy White." "Where are you from?" "Chapel Hill, but I'm from Charlotte originally." "I see some alcohol there. Are y'all 21? For the first time, the others answered as well. "Yes, sir." "Okay, Amy. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you at your word that you didn't see the sign and that you're of legal age to drink. So I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. I'll pretend I wasn't even here, as long as you promise not to tell my boss that I let you three off the hook." They weren't sure whether to believe him. "Really?" "Really," he said. "I was in college once, too." He hadn't been, but he knew it sounded good. "And you might want to put your clothes on. You never know. There might be people lurking around." He flashed a smile. "Make sure you clean up all the cans, okay?" "Yes, sir." "I appreciate it." He turned to leave. "That's it?" Turning around, he flashed his smile again. "That's it. Y'all take care now." Clayton pushed through the underbrush, ducking beneath the occasional branch on the way back to his cruiser, thinking he'd handle that well. Very well indeed. Amy had actually smiled at him, and as he turned away, he toyed with the idea of doubling back and asking her for her phone number. No, he decided. It was probably better to simply leave good enough alone. More than likely, they'd go back and tell their friends that even though they'd been caught by the sheriff, nothing had happened to them. Word would get around that the deputies around here were cool. Still, as he wove through the woods, he hoped the pictures came out. They would make a nice addition to his little collection. All in all, it had been an excellent day. He was about to go back for the camera when he heard whistling. He followed the sound toward the logging road and saw the stranger, with a dog, walking slowly up the road, looking like some kind of hippie from the 60s. The stranger wasn't with the girls. Clayton was sure of it. The guy was too old to be a college student, for one thing. He had to be late 20s at least. His long hair reminded Clayton of a rat's nest, and on the stranger's back, Clayton could see the outlines of a sleeping bag poking out from beneath a backpack. This was no day tripper on the way to the beach. This guy had the appearance of someone who'd been hiking, maybe even camping out. No telling how long he'd been here or what he'd seen. Like Clayton taking pictures? No way, it wasn't possible. He'd been hidden from the main road. The underbrush was thick.